Hello, everyone. How y'all doing? Hope you're doing really well. It's been crazy here. We moved. We got a puppy. This is Percy. Perseus Longbottom is his Christian name, or the name on his AKC certificate. And he is a Corgi. He's almost 6 months old. He'll be 6 months in December. And you can see him there with his brother, Zeus. Zeus is our other dog that we've had for almost 9 years. And we got Zeus as a rescue, and he was picked up as a stray, so no one actually knows how old he is. But we estimated him to be about 2 when we got him. The shelter estimated him to be about 4. So either way, Zeus is in his senior years, and I'll get into why that's important in a minute or so. But I wanted to talk about why we decided to get a Corgi. And it is not because they're insanely popular right now, which I didn't realize until we got a Corgi, how crazy popular they are at the moment as a dog breed. Because that had nothing to do with my decision to get one. But people will come up to us on the street when we're walking him, at the park, at the pet store, and they want Corgi kisses and loves, and they want to pet him, and, oh, is he a puppy? And they want to talk about the Corgis on that show, The Crown, and, because the Queen had Corgis, and, they got Corgi fever right now. And I didn't really realize that, because when I researched the breed, I was researching, like, health issues and things to watch out for and what their personalities are like, which the research I did was very accurate. They're very stubborn, very smart, too smart for their own good, probably. But really sweet, really, really wonderful dogs. But yeah, very cantankerous. So he fits right in because I like cantankerous things. It's perfect. But I didn't realize how popular they were. And I was actually walking at a PetSmart with him the other day. I had Percy in my arms, and I don't even know who said it because there was people everywhere. But someone said, "Corgi butt!" I was just cracking up. I actually follow a lot of animal accounts on Instagram, various types of animals, but one of the ones I follow is Brady and Graffiti. It is a Corgi account, and I've been following them for a couple years and just cracking up laughing because I would send these videos to like Ems or other friends or family, or I'd be showing them to Andy, and they're like, "That's a Zeus face. They're making a Zeusy face." Laughing because it was the exact faces that Zeus makes, and Zeus has this one face in particular, and if you know me even casually, you'll know I call it his nasty boy face, but it's a very specific side eye that he makes, and I've only ever seen another dog make that face, and it's Corgis, and it was just cracking me up. And so for the last couple of years I've been following this account and watching these dogs make Zeus's face and Zeus's facial expressions. And I had said to Ems, I'm like, there's got to be Corgi in there. There's got to be Corgi in Zeus's DNA. I can just see it. Like, there's got to be something else, because they had told us at the shelter that he was a long-haired Chihuahua. And I'm like, there's something else in there. There's got to be. And there's got to be some Pomeranian, because his tail's very Pomeranian. And what we call his butt curtains, which is the hair that sort of goes down the back of his legs and stuff under the tail. It's technically called his furnishings if you're like into showing dogs and stuff, but we call it his butt curtains. Anyways, it's very Pom, but I'm like, there's something else in there besides Chihuahua, and I think he's a Corgi Pom. And I said it in the video. I'll link the video below, but I'm like, was fully expecting it to come back with some Corgi in it, and it did not. He is 49% Chihuahua, along with Pomeranian, Dachshund, Rat Terrier, and some other things. So Zeus is a very unique mix. So to see his face on another dog was pretty cool. And if you know me, you know I'm extremely, extremely bonded to Zeus. He's like my real son. It's a bond that I've never had. I've never had this deep and close of a bond with an animal ever. And I've had animals my whole life. I've had dogs my whole life. I've done dog rescue and dog fostering and working with abused dogs, aggressive dogs. So I've always been around dogs, big dogs, little dogs. I love all animals, but if you were to ask me, are you a cat person or a dog person? I'm definitely a dog person. I can't imagine my life without dogs. But here's where we get to the part of why we have a Corgi puppy. And I think it's a different reason than maybe a lot of people would think. But me being so bonded to Zeus and knowing that he's getting up there in age and we don't really know how old he is, and you never really know how much time you have with a human or an animal. It's just the nature of life. And I've been thinking about what I would do when Zeus isn't with us anymore, because that's the sad reality of having pets, is usually we outlive them. And thinking about that and thinking about not having Zeus here and trying to form a bond with another dog after that loss felt unfathomable. It felt impossible. But the idea of never having another dog also feels impossible and absurd and not a life that I want to have. So even though Zeus is fine, there's no cause for concern in terms of his health. Just the reality of knowing that we've had him for 9 years almost. He is getting older, and dogs don't live forever, unfortunately. So that is why we chose a Corgi, and that is why we decided to get a puppy. I want him and Zeus to share some times together and have fun together. And when Zeus does eventually need to pass over the Rainbow Bridge, it will be, I think, much easier for me already having a bond with another dog. Not only because it'll help me with the grief, obviously, but also because I don't want to not have dogs. I don't want to struggle with bonding because it's not Zeus. I don't want to put myself in that position mentally. And I think it's been fantastic having a Corgi. And I know it's not with the idea of replacing Zeus. I mean, I love the fact that he makes similar faces to Zeus, and Corgis in general make similar faces. And I got he's a red ginger colored Corgi because Zeus is red ginger colored. So there are similarities in appearance, but it would be impossible to recreate another Zeus, even just appearance wise, not to mention personality, because they're all their own separate little beings, right? Just like humans. So it's not about replacing him or replicating him. It's just about expanding that love and that bond beyond him and onto, another family member. And I can see now that I have a Corgi why people have tons of them, because they're fantastic. They're so hilarious, and I can see why people have 2, 5, 10, 17 Corgis. They're just amazing dogs. So I'm so thankful that Percy came into our lives. I think he's just amazing, and I look forward to a life with many more Corgis in the future and a life with dogs because, like I said, I can't imagine a life without them. And I'm curious if anyone else has ever experienced this or thought about it the way that I've talked about in this video, but I think anyone who's had a very, very strong bond with an animal can understand that it's extremely difficult. And I'm not one of those people that sees animals as less than people. So for me, it's a family member. These are family members. And I really feel like even though there is never a replacement for Zeus or any other animal or any person, I really feel like having Percy is going to be very much a blessing when that time eventually comes. And anyway, not to end it on a sad note, because it's not sad. I have 2 wonderful boys that I love very much, but that is why we got a Corgi. And like I said, I'm curious if anyone else has ever experienced this with animals or with pets, or, thought about this in this way. I think some people think pets are just pets, and I'm just not one of those people. So I would love to hear any stories that you have about your own animals. Though it doesn't have to be dogs. I also have lizards, and I think they're amazing and awesome in their own way. So I would love to hear your stories about animals that you've had, special close bonds with. And yeah, so I hope you guys are doing well. I will be back with some doll videos soon-ish. I do have a new baby to introduce, and yeah, hopefully we'll have some more time. The moving's been crazy, and the new puppy's been crazy and tons of fun, but I'm looking forward to spending more time on this channel and spending more time with you guys in the future. So I hope you're doing great, and let me know about your special animals in the comments. Love you guys. We'll talk soon. Bye.